Red Hot Godzy, come subscribe, come subscribe, come subscribe, come subscribe. Red Hot Godzy, Red Hot Godzy, Red Hot Godzy. Alright, today we are talking about why modern games suck. Come subscribe, let's just get into it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the bland characters. Now, bland characters in general are not bad. If you have more of an RPG kind of game, you can have sort of like more bland characters where you have to like role-playing games. You have to create the characters, so obviously they're not going to have like their own custom personality unless the game has that or a custom voice. But if you have more of like a story-based game, that is a problem because story-based games have a set character, like Life is Strange, where the characters go through a mission. There's progression in their character. So because of their set character, you get to go through their progress and how they grow as a person. But if you have like a role-playing game, they don't grow as a person because they're not really a person, like in a certain sense, to where like they don't change. They're just like an avatar. And that's kind of one of the annoying things. And it's not really bad in terms of like, it's not like inherently bad. I just think like when it comes to certain types of games, like I already mentioned, story-based games, or like games where you're interacting with characters, like talking with them, and that's the main part of the game. I guess those would be games like indie games, somewhat, where like there's text bars and you have different types of personalities for different characters. Some might be like aliens or just certain things from other planets, or they might just be humans, regular humans, like cartoonish kind of humans. But like whatever the case may be, they need some sort of like different trait to differentiate them, and they need to progress. But with a story, you need to progress the characters. So with the role-playing games, they don't need to do that as much or at all. And that's kind of like it's like an upside and also a downside, because I'll just say certain players like certain experiences. So if you want a more fleshed out character, you're going to need to play non-role-playing games, basically, for the most part. Now, the next part is basically just function over story. Now, function over story basically is just like when you have a specific objective in terms of like how you want the game to work, but you don't actually have like characters and a plot to go with that. So it's just kind of like a bland experience because you're doing the things that the game wants you to do, but you're not doing it for a purpose or a good one. An example could be if the God of War game from PS4, I think it was in like 2018, if they didn't flesh out the characters, Kratos and his son, and actually give them like a good relationship where they work together. His son has the arrows, the bow and arrows, and then Kratos has his axe and stuff like that, and they actually like kill monsters together and other threats in the game. It's like if they didn't flesh out the characters, you would not care about anything that's happening. Same thing with Horizon Dawn. You wouldn't care about Aloy if you didn't care about the world and basically the characters in it and try to save it. I would say the same thing with Spider-Man PS4, where you have to care about Peter and the people that are in his life, like his aunt and Feast and stuff like that, in New York in general. The next one is just like recycling old ideas. Now, what comes to mind is basically like the 2K games or a Call of Duty game when I think about this, and that's really annoying because I don't like a game that just is the same thing over and over every single year. And y'all can come up with even more examples in the comment section. Comment, subscribe, like. Let me know what you think of the video. Yeah, it's not over, but like, yeah, I don't like when I'm just doing the same thing. Oh, this is also for the football games as well. What is it called? Madden. Those type of games are annoying because, like, especially with like bad teammates and stuff like that. I really don't want to be having to play with bots, because these bots can be making you lose when you're actually trying to like progress in the game, actually like do well and spend a good amount of time. Because even if it's fun for you, if you have bad teammates, or if just the game is lagging, or if it's just like not fun anymore because you're doing the exact same thing, it's going to be a problem. Now, I just wanted to add at the end of the video that broken games and games that are like open worlds are kind of an issue as well. Now, I'm going to go over the open world one because I really don't have much of a problem with open world games. I just feel like open world games can be annoying in terms of like not having a lot of like depth to them. So basically, there's a lack of substance. If there's not a lot in the game to loot or a lot of like missions in the game, it just becomes tiring. Or if the game just adds the same bosses, like if it's like Elden Ring and there's the same exact bosses, which I heard are in the game. But correct me if I'm wrong. I don't actually have it, but I've seen gameplay. I researched it, and a lot of the same bosses. They might not be. I think it's like the main bosses and the sub or like mini bosses, and stuff like that. It can be really annoying in a game, and I've experienced that in other games. When it comes to what was the other thing? Oh yeah, when there's just not a lot of loot or something like good missions in the game, it just becomes tiring, and it's like the same exact thing happening over again. Or it's just like Marvel's Avengers is kind of like a good example of like it's basically not play to win, but it's like play to have fun. So you can get skins by paying for it. You can get like different finishers by paying for it and stuff like that. And it's just like it's really annoying when you have to like pay to enjoy the freaking game. It's like if it's a free game, then that's fine. It's like Fortnite, like you can play it regardless. Obviously, it makes it more fun to have a skin, but it's not needed. But like with Marvel's Avengers, it's like it's made so you pay something in order to enjoy the game more in general, and you already have to pay for the game. So it's like I have to pay 40, 50, 60 dollars for the game, and then I had to pay like freaking another $50 just for like a skin, some finishers, actually probably like a couple skins, and whatever else is in the game. It might even be over $50, 60, 70, whatever the case may be. And the other thing is just broken games. Now, broken games in general are just bad. There's no type of broken game unless the game is like meant to be broken because it's kind of fun. Like if you have glitches in the game, and I heard some developers actually leave the glitches in the game. Like maybe it's not the full game is broken, but just like maybe an element of it. Like maybe somewhere in the map you can glitch through a mission, and it's kind of like a fun thing, and everyone like does it if you know where it is, something like that. But like in general, if it's like part of the main function of the game and it breaks it, that's a problem. That means you can't play the game anymore because it's fundamentally broken. If it's just like, again, like I said, like a small part of it, like a mission or something like that, or a character, I don't know, then it could be fun, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like it's not going to be fun for everyone. So in general, you can't have broken games unless it's set in stone, like it's known by most of the public that this game is going to have like fun little glitches, or maybe not even fun, maybe not even intentional glitches, but they're just there and people can take advantage of that. That's all I want to say for this video. Comment, subscribe, like, you know, all that fun stuff. I'm going to be posting, you know, a lot more, try to be as active as possible. Try to at least get one video out a week, something like that, or around a week and a half, something like that. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Red Hot Godzy, come subscribe, like, come subscribe, like, come subscribe, like, come subscribe.